Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's real user review, we're going to be taking a look at the DB Ramverk The Backpack 21-liter bag. Now, to get this out of the way, right up top, someone from DB reached out to me and said, hey, you've done some of our bags in the past. Do you want to do a couple more? I said, sure, no problem. So they did send me this bag for free, but all of the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with DB prior to publication. They will see this when you do. Now, as I kind of said in that disclaimer, I did work with DB in the past with a couple of bags. I found them actually pretty nice. They're decent bags for the quality and the price point. And they're kind of like a sleeper bag because if you don't know who DB is, maybe you know who Douchebags are. It's the same company. They realized that their name wasn't the greatest, so they rebranded as DB. So you can now find them at dbjourney.com. So they do offer quite a bit of bags. It seems like they do rebrand or rename the bags often because this is the backpack that was now renamed the Ramverk Backpack, but then they also have the Backpack Pro. We're going to get into all that in the specs, but the backpack is one of the bags that I did choose to take a look at, so this is one of the ones that I picked out, and I'm really grooving this sage and like orange colorway. But let's go ahead and do a quick spec rundown. The 21-liter Ramverk The Backpack comes in at $189 USD. It is currently available in ice blue, raspberry, 2 black versions, and sun bleached red. The bag features an interesting rib cage construction. There are 2 external lashing straps. There are 2 rows of webbing along the front of the bag for attachments. 1 top quick access pocket with a zipper interior liner. 3 inner zip mesh pockets on the front flap of the bag, and then your large main compartment. The 26-liter version comes in at $219 USD, and then there is also the Backpack Pro with a 26 and a 32-liter, and them coming in at $299 USD and $349 USD. And the main difference we see here is that there is a hip belt and a sternum strap. And as always, we're going to start with the negative points so we can end on a positive note. And there's 2 negatives to this bag, and the biggest one being the laptop sleeve. Now, I will say that there is great access into the laptop sleeve. I can easily get my computer in and out of this bag, no problem. But when I'm wearing this on my back with the laptop, I feel like there is a rigid plank on my back. I can feel the rectangle of my laptop on my back, and it makes this bag very, very uncomfortable to wear when there is a laptop in here. Now, the access for the laptop is actually great. The laptop slides in and out very, very easily, no problem. It's super convenient to get my laptop in and out, but when I'm wearing this, I can literally feel the entire laptop on my back. It's almost as if I have like a plank of wood on my back. Now, it's not hard because the back padding is okay, but I can feel the shape on my bag, and it does not conform to the body, and it is very uncomfortable to wear, especially when I'm on my scooter. Now, combine that with the second negative, which is these backpack straps are quite thin. When you're wearing the bag with a laptop, the straps combined with for some reason, the design, you can feel every square edge of that laptop on your back. When I'm on my scooter, kind of leaning a little bit forward, my arms up, it's just that bag is just there. I know it's there the whole time. I never forget that there's a backpack on my back. It's just not comfortable to wear with a laptop. Now, it's fine without, and we'll get into that in the positives because that's one of the positives of the bag, but that was the biggest negative, is that when you're trying to wear this bag with a laptop, you can feel it. It's really weird. I've never had that experience before. It's actually kind of hard to describe in words because it was like a foreign feeling to me because I've never felt like that with a laptop and a backpack. It was just really, really weird. Like, you can feel a laptop in your bag, the weight, you can sometimes feel the shape of it in there, but it was like I can feel the rectangle on my back. It was just this weird, like, alien feeling to me. I did not like that at all. Combined with the little bit thinner of the straps, and wearing it with the laptop was just so completely uncomfortable. It was just really, really weird how that it just sat in here on my back. And that's it. I had those two negatives. The laptop's kind of a big deal. The straps are pretty thin. And honestly, again, it only really came into play when I was carrying my laptop, because otherwise they're actually quite comfortable. And again, we'll touch on that a little bit later on when we get into the positives. But moving into the points of note, and that is the strapper keepers right here. For some reason, they seem to ride up quite a bit. But they ride up, you grab them, you pull them back down. They ride up, you grab them, you pull them back down. I'm not sure why these ones were riding up a little bit more than normal. Maybe I just don't notice it in other bags, and because these are this super orange color, they catch my eye and I can see that they're riding up. But I did notice that I was correcting them quite a bit. Not a deal breaker by any means. It was just something that I noticed while I was reviewing the pack. Moving on, the zipper on the top pocket, sometimes it works, no problem. But sometimes it'll get hung up right in the bend here, and like right there. It's just this groove. It's usually just this side. The other side is fine. You probably have some momentum coming through it, but for some reason I get hung up right here. It might be the way that the bag is stitched. There might be a little bit of piping out of place, but sometimes you can see it's no problem. But it's maybe like a 50-50. Sometimes I get hung up right here, sometimes I don't. Again, not a big deal, just something I noticed when I was reviewing the bag. I'd get the zipper hung up right here about 50% of the time. And there you have it. There's the negatives and the neutral points. One of them's kind of a big deal, but if you're not a laptop carrier, because a lot of people don't carry laptops around all the time anymore, it's not a big deal for you, because as I said, the bag is actually very, very comfortable when you're not wearing a laptop inside the bag. These straps, although they're pretty thin, they have good flex. They do have a decent squish to the foam, but they have a great flex and they really conform to the body. They went over the clavicle just fine. When I was wearing this, even on the scooter, when I had that arms up, kind of forward lean position, I forgot the bag was there. It felt really, really good on the scooter. I was actually very, very surprised at how comfortable this bag wore when I was on the scooter. The back panel, while again not super thick like the straps, it actually offered quite a fair bit of padding and protection. It does have a bit of a contour to it where it does kind of go down with the spine. It's not super standout-ish, if you will. It's kind of subtle, but there is a little bit of a bend here, and you have a couple air channels to help with the sweat. It has been quite hot here lately. Like, I'm talking high 80s to mid 90s lately, and I have been wearing this bag quite a bit, and on the scooter with a jacket, and honestly, it felt good. I didn't find I was sweating excessively, and let's get a little real. I'll be gross. I'm a sweater. I sweat a lot. So when it's hot and I have anything on me, I'm dying. But I actually felt not too bad with the backpack on. That's talking about the backpack as in terms of the title of the bag, not the... You get it. So it actually was quite comfortable to wear, even with a couple different layers of jackets on. The only discomfort I found wearing the bag, again, was when I had the laptop in it. Now, one other really cool feature that I liked about this bag is this ribcage design. Now, I found myself at work just leaving my bag on the floor like this. I never do that because the bag might keep its structure, but when you're in and out of the bag, it sometimes it'll start moving around. So like if I'm grabbing my notebook out to take notes on something, throwing my notebook back in, the bag's gonna move, it's gonna kind of flatten itself out. And this will kind of open up a little bit, but it's kind of like a tray. And these 3 front mesh pockets are really great because I have these organized really, really well. We're gonna get into that in a second here, but the ribcage design, there's actually here, on this side, and then on the bottom here, there's actually like these pieces of plastic, like a frame sheet, if you will, that help to hold the bag up and keep it shaped. So the bag keeps this tray design, so I can just, like, even empty, it's totally there. It's totally full. I can just throw my stuff in and out. I can grab everything that I need. I don't have to worry about the bag, just everything spilling out of the bag. And for a 21-liter pack, This thing fits a lot of stuff, like a ton of stuff. Like you can fit so much more in here than you would think you could fit into a 20-liter pack. This is my basic EDC setup. This is what I carry every single day. This is what's all in this bag laid out. Now I do keep this space open here because this is where I will throw my tech kit when I'm carrying my laptop, and then that's everything in here plus the extra laptop. But even when I have the tech kit in here, I still have some extra space in here for incidentals. And this is how I've been actually laying the bag out at work. Because the ribcage design, I just throw this on the floor next to my desk. I can access everything in the bag. And I can even actually unzip the top lid because it flips back and not forward. I can unzip the top lid and I can have still access to the top. So I can have complete access to the bag. I've been leaving it just on the floor at work because now I can grab anything I need. And I love these 3 pockets. We have the 2 smaller and then the 1 larger pocket. And here's where I'm keeping my first aid kit, just a cheap first aid kit that I got from Amazon that I supplement with my own stuff. I just love the form factor of it. It's a good design, it's a good footprint, it fits in just about every bag nicely. Then in here we got my TPP Green Room 136 sardine tin, and then my Green Room 136 EPX 400 pocketbook slim. They fit perfect. I'm putting them side by side like this, right inside this pocket. They fit absolutely perfectly in there. They lay flat, zips up just fine. On the bottom, we have my cupcake and my brand muffin from the Wizard Eric Owl. These things are great. They have such a great form factor. They fit in so many bags. And this is just like pills. This is like my supplemental first aid kit. This is like aspirin, ibuprofen, allergy medicine, and then my pill that I'm supposed to take every morning that I always forget. And then this is just like some extra odds and ends in here. And they fit perfect inside this pocket here. They stand them up side by side. And everything fits perfect. I have complete access. I can grab, I need an extra mask. I need my pen. I have complete access to everything. And because this ribcage design, the bag just stays open. So I can just leave it on the floor. I can access it and everything, and nothing's falling down. So this ribcage design is actually, it's a pretty awesome idea because it doesn't make the whole bag rigid. It's only in 3 spots on each side of the bag, but they're strategically placed on the bottom and then on the sides that it keeps the shape. It turns the bag into a tray. I really, really like that. You could probably get away with doing this with like a 1000D bag, like maybe like a GR1 for a while, but as the bag will break in, it'll start to slump over. But with these inserts in here, it's gonna keep this tray shape, and I really, really like this. This is cool, the way I've just been throwing my bag on the floor like this, and I can easily access everything. Now, although I did say that this bag is uncomfortable to wear with a laptop, the laptop sleeve is actually very easy to access. You can get your laptop in and out no problems. The zipper works smoothly. It unzips far enough that you can easily get your laptop in and out. I've had some problems in the past with laptop sleeves like this where sometimes the zipper's just the right size and you have to kind of struggle to get the laptop in and out, but I found that they give you enough room because I believe this is made to fit up to a 16-inch laptop and I only have a 15, so I do have like an extra inch or more of room to get my laptop in and out. So it's actually quite easy to get my laptop in and out of the bag. So fit, feel, and finish. The bag, again, it was actually very comfortable to wear when I did not have the laptop in it. I wore this with a lot of different jacket combinations, anything from a t-shirt, button down. I think I might have wore this with the rain jacket. I didn't really test this one out in the rain. I think some of the materials are more waterproofing materials, but again, the materials used to build the bags vary by colorway. I did not test this one out in the rain, so I don't think I wore this over a rain jacket. But like my denim jacket for riding, different shirt combinations, it was comfortable in all of those. The bag, I like this colorway. They're not currently offering the sage colorway in the 21 liter, but I have the sage colorway with these bright orange accents. And one thing I forgot to mention that in my first DB bag review, I talked about these little G hooks right here. You can see they're on both straps. I commented on how they made the strap a little bit more uncomfortable where it wasn't conforming to the body. Now, I didn't find that to be the case with this bag in particular, but I complained about these and I didn't know what they were for. I thought it was just a useless accent, but actually you unhook these and you can daisy chain different DB bags together. You hook them together and then you can kind of just attach this to like a roller bag or a bigger bag, and then you can kind of just daisy chain all your DB packs together, and you can kind of just carry one piece of luggage instead of, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and they're all just lashed together using these G hooks here. The overall design of the bag, it's pretty simplistic. I like the that we have the webbing. God, I couldn't think of the name. Webbing. The webbing on the side that we can use for lashing. I love having that external lashing straps. For me, when I'm out on the scooter and I'm wearing a helmet, I love having a place to strap my hat to, so I'm not always throwing my hat inside the bag. So since I wear these Richardson trucker hats a lot, where they're not very packable, so I like to strap it to the outside of my bag. So I like a place that I can throw a carabiner, cover that head up, and I can just strap my hat to the outside. So all in, final summation, do I think it's worth your money? I mean, yeah, overall the design is pretty good. It's a pretty big deal about the laptop sleeve and this specific backpack that it just feels really weird in there. But $189, it's really not that bad. There's actually a lot in this small package, and I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with this bag. In the very beginning, I knew about DB because if you follow this channel for longer than backpack reviews, I used to be a vlogging channel. I used to vlog all the time. So one of the owners of DB is Jan Olsen, who is a huge YouTube vlogger, like millionaire vlogger. I mean, he was an Olympic athlete, so I'm sure he had a lot of money from sponsorship deals and stuff prior to that. So he was a professional athlete, an Olympic athlete, but he is one of the reasons the only reason I knew about it, because it's his company, Douchebags. When it started, it was his company, so I'd seen the products in his vlogs, but I had honestly forgotten about them for some time until the rep reached out to me, asked me if I want to take a look at the bags. So it's kind of like this lesser known company, but they actually put out a pretty good product at a pretty good price point. I mean, at this point, some people might see $189 for a 21 liter backpack and think that's ridiculous. I'll go to Walmart, I'll go to Target, I can get a backpack for 15, 20 bucks. But when you're talking about quality backpacks, $189 is actually, it's a fair price point. That's a good price point. $189 for a very durable, usable, user-friendly backpack. That's actually a really, really good price. So yeah, I do think that this is worth every bit of $189, even with the laptop feeling, the sleeve just feeling like I'm carrying a rectangle on my back. I do think overall the backpack, it offers a lot of really good features, namely these rib cage pieces. That's something really cool that I've never seen in another bag before. So yeah, I do think that the backpack is worth your $189 for a 21 liter or $219 for your 26 liter bag. It's got a decent look to it, so it's gonna fit in most settings. Actually, I was at the doctor's office and she thought that this was like a hiking pack, although there's no sternum strap on it, so I wouldn't take this hiking. Not a hip belt guy, but I do use the sternum strap when I'm hiking. So personally, I wouldn't take this hiking, but she thought this looked like a nice outdoorsy pack. It's been fitting in at the office, no problem. I've not stood out. Maybe the color with the bright orange, I've stood out a little bit, or maybe they're just used to my shenanigans having a different backpack like every couple of weeks. But no one said anything. It didn't stand out. I've had this at several doctors, dentists. I've done the gamut of all of the getting the checkups, and it hasn't stood on any of those settings. So the bag actually fits into a lot of different settings. It's comfortable to wear when you're not wearing a laptop, and I was pleasantly surprised at the usability of the pack. So yes, I do think that the DB Ramverk, I'm totally killing it, the backpack is worth $189. So if you're on the fence, I'd say yeah, definitely give it a shot, especially if you're a tablet user, not a laptop user. You could probably stick that inside the bag, have no problems. Yeah, it's definitely worth every bit of your $189. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.